and welcome back to 20SomethingsTV Hot Topics. I'm your host, Eric, and I'm joined today by my co-hosts, Matt, Morgan, and Anthony. Today, we're starting off with the new HBO show, The Last of Us, which is now one of the best reviewed video game adaptations ever. Check out this comparison by IGN.
Jesus. At least it ain't clickers.
Yeah. No fireflies either.
Well, at least it ain't clickers.
Yeah, no fireflies either.
So in this clip, we see a comparison of episode 6 of the series with a scene from the original game from 2013.
Yeah.
Now, I know one of us here has played both the game and seen the entirety of the series so far.
Yes.
What do you think of the quality of the show as an adaptation?
It is, hands down, it's the greatest video game adaptation I've seen from video game to either cinema or television. I think that I was trepidatious before going into the series, to be completely honest, because it's so cinematic. There's so many amazing cutscenes and everything. I thought that, why would I go watch the show when I could just play the game? But I think Craig Mazin, who's the showrunner, and Neil Druckmann, they've teamed up to make a series that is not just faithful to the game, but it brings in new elements, new story points without veering from the main plot. And that's something I really appreciate as a fan of the game, and now as a massive fan of the show.
Do we think that it's okay for something that's already so cinematic and has such a great story to be like readapted into something in a very different form of media?
I think if it's done well, it definitely can be really good. But I think there are ways that people can, kind of mess up something like that and everything. But I think that The Last of Us does a really good job of it.
And we've seen a lot of it over the last few years. We've had the new Sonic series has become a franchise. We have the Mortal Kombat movies, which there's plenty of those at this point.
Yeah.
And now this year we're going to have a new Mario movie.
Yeah, that's been in development since I was like 12. That's pretty crazy. It's being made by the same people that make Despicable Me and the Minions movies. Jack Black is going to play Bowser. Chris Pratt's going to play Mario. I'm super excited for it.
Do you think you lose a bit of that joy, though, comparing it from a video game to a movie when you kind of condense things like that?
No. I think the story is just so simple. Like, it's Mario wants to save the princess from Bowser, and there's so much room for doing whatever you want in between those lines. Because, I mean, essentially that's the plot of every Mario game. There's like 30 iterations of the same thing. Yes, Anthony.
I don't think he's saving the Princess Peach in this movie.
No, he's not. They actually changed it. He's not saving her. She's like fully immersed in the story. Like, it's not he's just going there to save her. Like, she's fully fighting beside him throughout the entirety of the movie.
Good.
So then who's the antagonist?
Yes.
Bowser.
But
It's still Bowser.
What's his plot?
What do you mean, who's the
What's his plot? What's his plot? Like, what's he
He's
gonna
like
do now?
Taking over
over,
Mushroom
yeah.
Kingdom.
Okay, all right,
He's like
fine.
a Thanos role in
What
this
the?
one.
What is wrong with you today?
Listen, hey. It's been a long day. I've been here
You
for
smell
12
like,
hours.
I walk in here, you smell like shit.
No.
You smell like
You smell like shit.
you haven't showered in like a day or
I
two.
can smell your stench from 3 doors down.
I swear to God,
Christ.
I walked in and I thought a raccoon passed away.
No. You know what you smell like?
What?
You want to know what you smell like?
What?
I swear to God, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not gonna say
Oh,
what
you
you smell
can't
like.
think of anything, ladies
You're
and
making
gentlemen.
me so. We discussed. We
Your
were
mom
do
is gonna
this.
watch this and she'll be like, "That was the worst comeback I've ever heard in my life."
No.
I am disappointed. Matt Picari's my son.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's too bad. It's too bad.
Well, we've seen some wild outcries right here. Recently, we've also been seeing some outcry because of some weather balloons flying around the country. Let's take a look at a clip based on some UFO sightings by the United States Press Secretary.
Who gives a shit?
No indication of aliens or extraterrestrial activity. With these recent takedowns, again, there is no indication of aliens or terrestrial activity with these recent takedowns. Wanted to make sure that the American people knew that, all of you knew that, and it was important for us to say that from here because we've been hearing a lot about it. I'm just, I loved E.T., the movie, but I'm just going to leave it there.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Anytime.
Makes my job easy.
So what do we think about this? I mean, people have been throwing around this idea of UFOs or alien life from unidentified objects for many years now. Do you think that the existence of aliens is real?
I think the ingredients that make up life are so common in this universe. I'm directly quoting Neil deGrasse Tyson currently, but it's like there has to be other life forms around, right? I mean,
Yeah.
there's like infinite. Yes, there are aliens.
Do you think any of these previously documented sightings are UFOs?
I mean, the government recently, in like recent years, they released like several hundred files of several hundred files of like UFOs and UFO sightings. So I think this role of all these UFO sightings like within the last couple of weeks, it's probably happened before and the government just hasn't released it to us. So, I mean, yeah.
That was actually something that came out last year in the government too, where I believe it was like a little bit after the Biden administration started, they released that there has been official documentation.
Yeah,
but that it wasn't released to the public until last year.
I know, yeah. Yeah. So I mean, like this has probably been going on for like forever now, yeah.
Anything else? Do you guys have any beliefs on
Seriously.
this? Any ideas on the existence of alien life?
Why are you laughing at me? Is this funny to you?
A little bit. They just need to speed it up a little bit.
Like, what?
We're on a time. Don't you have to go to soccer game?
I do have to go to a soccer game.
So like
Come on.
maybe speed up your thoughts.
I'm just trying to. I think that aliens do exist, yeah.
You do. Do you
Oh,
think
yeah.
we'll ever make contact with them in our lifetime?
No, I think aliens are probably little bacteria, microbes that haven't evolved into an
Okay.
advanced species yet.
So you don't think it's like the outer space type of thing, or do you think like even in their outer space existence, there's still like these smaller life forms? Like, do you don't think they're as intelligent as us?
I'm not high enough to think about this right now.
Do you really need to be high to think about it like that?
Yes.
All right.
Matt.
Okay.
I mean,
It's just a question.
Speaking of some wacky beliefs, we have this new movie that came out last week, Winnie-the-Pooh, Blood and Honey. It's a horror movie based on the classic children's book from the 20s.
I heard.
It currently is sitting at a 5% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, this is only possible because of the public domain, as Winnie-the-Pooh entered the public domain last year, so anyone can do what they want from this original version. What are your thoughts on taking these characters or elements from the public domain and being able to do whatever you want with them in a sense like this where you make all this money?
I think it's probably just a product of like meme culture, to be completely honest. I mean, there was a couple of years ago, there was a horror adaptation of the Banana Splits. And I mean, that was,
Wait, what's happening right now?
what?
I just like, I feel like I'm just looking at you right now and there's nothing else.
I don't know what to say.
I just like don't know. I don't know. Like, it's like
I can't do this.
guys, that kind of looked like really electric.
what? Is there more water?
Well, on that note, that's going to be it for today's episode of 20 Somethings TV. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.